I am really sorry. I should have posted this video on Valentine's Day, but life gets in the way. But it's better late than ever. So in today's video, I'm going to give you an autistically basic beginner's guide on how not to waste time when dating. And I'm going to try to summarize every little experience of mine which I said, okay, this is a big fucking waste of time, so that you don't make the same mistakes as I do. Point number one, everything which is not a definite yes is a no. I used to chase this girl so bad. We had gone out to have dinner a couple of times, we would meet up and whatever, and all of a sudden she started just rejecting every single one of my attempts of meeting her. And she would say things like, oh, I'm busy, I'm studying, it's exam season, whatever. It's something that you understand, it's understandable, whatever. But every single time that I asked her, hey, okay, that's fine, but should we just meet another day? She said, oh no, I am going to be busy, whatever. And I would literally believe that she was busy. And I couldn't just understand, okay, why does she not want to see me? So I would text her, hey, do you want to see me? And she would say, yes, I want to see you, but I'm really busy, whatever. No, you are not a priority. You need to understand that every single time that you are being said, you're being told an excuse, because every single time that they tell you that they can't and they don't reschedule, that's basically an excuse. Because if you put yourself in the other person's shoes, how do you reject someone? Okay, you don't want to come across as someone who is not nice. You don't want to come across as someone who is rude. And maybe if they are in your everyday environment, maybe if they work with you, maybe if they are your classmate, whatever, you don't really want someone to think that you are rude, and you don't want to really create a bad vibe. So the best thing that they know how to do is just to say, okay, I just don't have enough time. And instead of saying, oh, I just don't want to see you, because they don't want to be rude. So this is something that took me a long time to understand. And it is that if they don't actively tell you that, okay, I can't see you today, but I will see you tomorrow. If they don't say explicitly, yes, I want to see you, or yes, I want to go on this date with you, it's a no. You need to take that as a no. Because what kind of person in their right mind would actively and repeatedly reject the chances of meeting with someone that they really like? Okay, you need to think about it with logic. Who on earth is going to do that? And some soy boys will say, oh, but if I reject her and I say that I can't, she will see me as a higher value man because I don't have enough time, but whatever. Like, shut the fuck up. If you're trying to date people who are like that, who are trying to seem as they are more occupied, who try to seem as busier than they really are, like, come on, just shut the fuck up. Everything which is not a definite yes is a no. And the sooner you realize that, the less time and the less resources you will waste on this person that is really not trying to have anything with you. Point number two, nobody is busier than someone who is not interested. This goes hand in hand with point number one. And you need to understand that they are not bad people. If someone just takes longer to reply, if someone just doesn't reply to you at all, it's not because they are bad people and they want to make you feel bad. It's not because they're lying on the couch saying, oh, it took me 5 hours to respond to this guy, I'm going to make him feel so bad. It's just simply that they don't care. They are not interested. Like, they couldn't even care less if you responded to them or not. Like, they take so long because they are procrastinating on the fact that, oh, this guy is texting me again, but I don't want to text him right now because I'm not really feeling it. I should rather be scrolling through TikTok, so I'm just going to text him later. And then they just forget. And you are attached to them. That's why you are so focused on why they respond on us. So you are scrolling through her chat like every 30 seconds, saying, refreshing, saying, oh, did she text me back? Did she text me back? No. They just really don't care. And if you're on self-improvement, you already know how busy lives can be. You can be going to school, working on your projects, going to a gym, whatever. But let's be honest, it's 2025. The girl you're talking to probably is on her phone like 24/7. And if she hasn't replied to you, she has probably seen your message, but she just didn't bother replying, okay? Like, that's the complete truth.
But Ivan, how can I tell between a girl who is really busy or if she's not interested in me? Like, I don't know the difference, whatever.
Well, first of all, if you can't tell the difference, it's because you have not been rejected enough times. Like, that's it. You have not seen enough world. But if someone is really busy and they are interested in you, the thing that they will do, and this is something that I do a lot as well, is just being emotionally responsible, saying, okay, I'm going to be in the gym for the next couple of 3 hours. I want to talk to you, but I am not going to respond to you because I have things to do, okay? It's just being mature and saying something along those lines, saying like, oh, I have been in the gym, I haven't brought my phone, I haven't been able to respond to you. Like, it's making sure that the other person doesn't think that, oh, I am actively ignoring them. When they actively tell you, okay, I'm going to be in this place, I am not going to respond to you, they are being mature. They are letting you know that, okay, I care about you, but I am not going to be able to text you. And plus, if you're someone who is on self-improvement and is trying to better their lives and just trying to become a better part of themselves, if you are stuck on your phone 24/7 waiting for a message of a girl, you are doing something wrong. Your day should be so busy, like between your goals, between school, between the things that you have to do, that you wouldn't have the time or the energy in order to think about, oh, did she text me or did she not? Like, this is something for you to think about. If you are so worried about a text from a girl, you are doing something wrong. That should not be your main focus. Your main focus should be your mission, should be your goal, and not just some random message of a girl that might be or not interested in you. And I learned this the hard way when I was talking to this one girl. And at that moment, we hadn't even kissed. So I would tell her, hey, let's go to this place, whatever, this place that has very good cheesecakes, whatever, I can take you there and we could spend some time together. And she said, oh, I'm busy. I need to study today and then I need to go to shopping, whatever. Like, at that point, you already can tell that, okay, she prefers like studying, or like maybe studying is a good excuse, but she prefers studying, going shopping rather than being with you. Like, that's something that you should take as a hint. And then later in that day, like a couple of hours later, she texted me, oh, the siesta was so good, like I fell asleep scrolling through TikTok, whatever. And I said, didn't you say that you need to study? And she said, yes, but I went into my bed and I just scrolled through Instagram, whatever. And it was at that moment when I realized, okay, this girl, she would rather get into her bed and scroll doomlessly through TikTok or Instagram, whatever, rather than spend time with me when I had actively told her, hey, let's go to this place, whatever, it will be fun. Doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't that tell you, okay, I'm not interested? Doesn't that sound familiar? When you start recognizing those things as, if someone is going to be busy, it's not because they have 1,000 of things to do. Maybe they do. But if they actively choose not to spend time with you, it's not because they don't have the time. It's because you are not a priority. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. Elon Musk has 24 hours and he has the time to tweet. Okay? He has the time to do everything. And he has 13, 14 kids. I don't even know. So when someone doesn't want to see you, it's not because they don't have the time. It's because you are not important enough. And you don't need to take that as an insult. You don't need to take that as, oh, she wants to hurt me. No, it's because you don't matter enough to her. And you cannot do anything about it. You cannot control someone. You cannot tell someone to have certain feelings for you. You can just see things how they are. You can just look at the table, look at the chessboard and say, okay, she doesn't really like me. So why would I just bother just trying to convince her that I'm a good person, trying to convince her to like me, because that's not going to work. You cannot convince someone to like you back. The third point is choose someone who chooses you. Going back to what something that I just told you about, we as men, we have a lot of ego. We usually have a lot of ego that we have to fight. And we don't like when things don't go our way. Maybe if we are so fixated on this woman that we use the law of attraction, we saw her in our lives, whatever. If she starts rejecting us, we will take that as a threat. We will see that as something that is just pinching us and that we want to fight against. So maybe if she's running away from us, like in a sense, like she's getting far away from us, we will try to chase her and chase her and chase her. We will go after her. If you're chasing someone, that means that someone is running away from you. And if someone is running away from you, the best solution that you can do is let them run away. It's just to be stoic. If they want to run away, just let them run away. I would say, okay, I feel like you are running away from my life. You are getting away. I want you to be in my life. I would just communicate that because I like communicating a lot. And if they actively want to get out of my life, I would not stop them because that's their decision. My decision is for me to just try to get them back, but I am not going to just force you to do it. I let you have this choice. If you want to get out of my life, just get out of it. So what is the best thing that we can do in order to choose someone who chooses us? This is something that is talked about in the book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. Like, you should read it. It's a must read. And he tells us that, okay, when you are a man who is masculine, who is focused on his goals and his missions, you naturally are able to choose the woman who chooses you. You naturally would have a woman who actively choose you, who like you in the first place. And then you choose those women because those women are the ones who really want to be in your life. And I learned this when I was about 16 years old, 15, 16 years old, something like that. My very first girlfriend in high school. And I remember that I used to chase this girl so bad. I literally spent years of my life chasing this girl in my class who was very cute, whatever. And she would just reject me time after time after time after time. And I would still go and just chase her. But it wasn't until I started focusing myself on this very big project that the professor told us to do. It was a Christmas project that we had to make a video. I was the only kid in my class who knew how to make videos, and I knew how to make damn good videos. So everyone was like, "Oh, Ivan, you're so cool, you're so cool." My craft, my mission at that time was making the greatest video of all the classes in our entire school. So I could naturally see that my crush will be like, she will respect the things that I was doing. She was like, "Oh, Ivan, you're cool, whatever," and that was it. And that was her. She was not interested at all. She would just say, "Okay, Ivan, you're cool now." And there was this one girl who was very, very pretty also. And I noticed that she started noticing me. She was starting saying, "Oh, you look so hot when you are so focused on filming, whatever." And I was just starting to get red because I have never touched a woman before that. And I would notice that all my energy was put in that craft, and that girl was super into me. A couple of weeks later, we started dating, whatever, and I just stopped doing the videos. I just stopped focusing so much on my goals, on my missions, and whatever. And I could literally see that she was not as attractive anymore. She was just seeing me as, "Oh, here's this guy again texting me all day. Like, don't you have something to do?" She would actively say, "Okay, I love how you talk to me every single day. I love how you make time for me." But that is not really what she wanted. She wanted her man to be actively focused on his mission. He wanted his man to have his mission first, and then she will be second. She will be fighting every day to be in the first place, to be in the first spot. But that is the chase. That is the thing that they want. They don't want them to be the center of your life. If your woman is the center of your life, if you focus entirely on your woman, you are doing something wrong as a masculine man, because you wouldn't be doing nothing. Like, you will be at work thinking about her, you will be just studying thinking about her, all your energy will be just put towards her. And she tells you that she wants that, but in reality, no. She wants to see that you have purpose, you have something, you have a life outside of her. And then eventually she broke up with me because she saw that I was a loser, and I couldn't understand why. Like, "Why did you break up with me? I just left all the things that I was doing and I focused all my energy onto you." That was exactly why she left me, because I had nothing going for my life. All my life was her. I was focusing entirely on her. That's why she dumped me. And I was so naive and so young that I couldn't understand that. And this is a cycle that I would be on and off for a long time. I would be super focused on my goals. I would get girls attracted to me. I would start dating them. I would focus my entire energy into the girls, not my goals. And they would dump me because I was a loser and I had nothing going for my life. Like, and again and again and again. And that's how I realized, okay, maybe the goal for me is not to focus entirely on my woman, but on my mission. Spending your time and energy on someone who is not actively choosing you, who are not interested in you, will break you from the inside. It will break you into pieces. It will make you feel devastated as a man. But instead of that, if you chose someone who chooses you, then story will completely change, because they will appreciate the actions that you do for them. Maybe if it's something as simple as bringing them a bottle of water because you know that they're going to be thirsty after their workout. That one girl who's not really interested will say, "Why is this guy doing this to me? Like, he's such a weirdo." But the girl who's really interested in you, who loves you, will say, "Oh, he's so nice. He's so thankful of me. Wow, wow, wow. I feel so nice. I feel so lucky of having this guy," whatever. Choose a woman who chooses you.
But Ivan, I don't have any guys choosing me. Ivan, I don't have any woman interested in me.
Well, I don't mean to seem harsh, because I was in that point as well. But if no one is interested in you, maybe it's because you're a piece of shit. Like, look yourself in the mirror. Are you in shape? Are you doing something in order to be just physically active? Do you dress well? Do you perform really well in your mission and your goal? Like, do you have something interesting that you can offer? Are you charismatic? Like, take a look at yourself, because a lot of things that are coming up in this era of social media, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, is that everybody deserves to be respected. Everybody needs to be adored, deserves to be adored. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, deserve as a man needs to be earned, needs to be just worked hard for. When I was a nobody, I mean, I'm still a nobody, but when I was a wimp, when I was a soy boy back in my days, nobody respected me. Nobody even listened to the things that I had to say, because I didn't know how to say it in a charismatic way. I didn't really dress in a good manner. My body was not physically just, I was a fat guy, okay? I was just a skinny fat guy. I didn't look the best. But now that I have worked so hard on every single one of those areas, I have something going on in my life. I'm interesting. I'm able to captivate and just tell good stories. I know that right now I have a lot of people behind me. Maybe they are not the kind of people that I'm interested in, or maybe they are not the kind of woman who I'm really looking for, but I have people who are interested in me, even if they are lower quality people, like in my standards. And that's because I have improved myself throughout the way. I have took all of those traumas, all of that pain, which said, oh, my crush doesn't like me, my crush doesn't like me, whatever. Instead of just crying about it, I took that pain and turned it into action and just used it as fuel to improve those areas in my life that I was lacking in. Point number 4, don't be nice. Don't try to be nice, bro, because you are not nice. Like, listen to me very clearly. You are not nice. There's a problem in the modern day of dating. A lot of these guys that are quote unquote, I am a nice guy, whatever. Oh, no girls, just look at me, but I'm so nice, whatever. They are the most evil motherfuckers that you could ever see in this face of earth. Like, these guys will do all the things that are supposed to be nice. They will go over the top in order to impress this girl, in order to do nice things for her, in order to get them to like them back. And they'll go like, oh, I am not interested in her. I'm just a friend, whatever. I'm just doing this because I am nice. And the girls will go like, why are you investing so much in me? Like, I am not even interested in you. And the moment they are being told that they are not interested, they become this demon. They just turn cold. They start being very rough to them. Like, they start being... like, generally, they start being a bad person to them, talking them in a bad way, insulting them, whatever. And that's just a sick insult energy that these nice guys have. And it's not entirely their fault, because this is exactly what we saw on TV. This is exactly what we saw on Spider-Man. Oh, the kid who just does homework for the other girl, and then all of a sudden, the popular girl in school starts focusing on the weird little freak, and they start dating, whatever. In real life, it doesn't work out like that, okay? In real life, it doesn't really work out like that. The more you invest into someone who is not interested in you, the worse it's going to turn out for you. Because in reality, they are not going to notice your efforts. They are not going to notice you because they are not interested. They don't look at you with those eyes. And a thing that happens with these nice guys is that they're doing this thing called the covered contract, okay? When they implicitly are doing things that you didn't ask for, really, and they expect something back. It's like a contract that you have signed, but really haven't signed. It's like a non-written out contract. They start being nice to you, overly nice, and you can literally tell that they have some intentions behind their back. But since they are not telling you that, you can't really just bring it up to their faces. Like, why are you doing this? I will not give you anything back in return. And a way to understand this really well is to imagine yourself as being this big enterprise corporate like thing. You are the boss, okay? You are the boss of that big enterprise. And all of a sudden, every single day when you go into that elevator to go up to your office, you just see this new guy, there's a little wimp, like a soy boy. He's a very skinny guy with glasses or whatever. Hey boss, good morning, whatever. You can literally see that he's kind of weird, a weird guy. And every single day he brings you this cup of coffee. You say, oh, this is really nice. Who doesn't like a free cup of coffee, whatever? And he's trying to be nice, but in a so pushy way that you can literally tell, okay, he's going to ask me for something. He's like, oh, your tie looks very good today. Oh, those shoes fit you very well. You're like, look, just stop it, okay? Just, you're pushing it too much. So when someone like this starts talking to you in that kind of way, you say, okay, he's trying to get something out of me. That's exactly how nice guys come across, because they are trying to do this covered contract. That guy that is trying to bring you coffee every single day, that is trying to just say, oh, you are so nice, boss, whatever. He is trying to get something out of you. Either it's a promotion, either it's a pay raise, either it's just something. You know that he's going to ask you for something. He's focusing his entire energy into impressing you, into making you feel as if, okay, this guy is really worth it. He's trying to convince you that he is worth it. So when the time of, and there's this another guy that is really performing in his job very well, okay, that he's not really focused on impressing you. He's just doing his job damn well and is bringing revenue into the company. When it comes to the time of giving a raise to someone or just promoting someone to a higher position, who are you thinking of first? The guy that has been overly pushy and focusing his entire energy into impressing you, or the guy that has been putting his head down, just doing the work, doesn't really try to impress you, doesn't really try to be overly pushy, he just does the job and gets the thing done. Who are you going to promote? Yes, the second guy, the guy who's literally doing his thing, who is literally bringing the benefits to the company, not the guy whose entire focus is to just win you over, who is trying to prove the point that, oh, I am good, I am just so nice, whatever. Because they are not as nice as they want you to think that they are. And obviously, this is an oversimplification of this situation, but it's just for you to understand it well. If you generally want to be nice because you think that you are nice, just ask yourself this question. If they rejected me, would I still be the same person? Would I still act in the same way for them? And that's exactly how you should act. Even though if they reject you or not, do you still do the action that you are about to do? That's exactly the question that you should be asking yourself. Point number 5. Look at things as how they are, not as you wish them to be. When it comes to dating, I have found out that the best technique for me is not to use the law of attraction. I have found out that the best technique in order for me to suffer the less is just to become more stoic. Look at things as how they are and not how I wish them to be. Look at the chessboard, look at the places, look at the pawns, look at the queen, the king. How is the table put? What are the positions that I can play? What are the best choices that I can make? And that's exactly how you move. You cannot go and expect something that has not happened and act accordingly to that, because the law of attraction has caused a lot of pain in me, in which I would just go into this situation, I would just go and speak to this girl and just start imagining like, oh, she's going to be attracted to me, we are going to have kids, we are going to go and date, whatever. I would start imagining all of these scenarios in my head because, oh, law of attraction, I need to see it first in my mind, whatever. But in reality, that was the thing that is going to cause me the most pain. Because when you get attached to a person, you internalize them so much in your life that it becomes a daily routine, a daily habit of yours. And then when you find out that they don't really have those intentions with you, you suffer a lot. And why do you idolize people so much? Is because you see them as how you wish they were. You put all of these expectations of your perfect girlfriend, the perfect whatever, into them. And then you find out that they are not really that interested in you, or they're not really that person that you made them out to be. There's this very funny story in which I felt really hard for this girl. She was telling me that she was getting on self-improvement. She was very proud of the things that I was doing, whatever. And then she would say, oh, I'm super busy, I have to study, whatever. I study a lot, I go and work out a lot. But I was seeing this person, this persona that I had in my mind. I thought, wow, she's perfect, whatever. And then I started looking at it in a very logical way, and I said, okay, you say that you study a lot, but where are your results? Why are you failing all of your classes? You say that you work out a lot, but why are you just running out of breath if we have just climbed up like 3 stairs, whatever? If you say that you are so productive as you say you are, why is your life like so shit? Why is your life like so unorganized? And that's something that has taught me a lesson of, okay, you have to believe what you see, not what they tell you, not what you wish it was. Because I really wanted this girl to be as she said she was, like super productive. She goes to the gym, she appreciates her body and does a lot of exercise, whatever. And she was just not that. And this translates very well into the things that people might say but don't back up with actions. People would say, oh, I really want to see you. It's such a shame. Oh, it's been a long time I haven't seen you. Wow. Do they actually take the action of making the effort of seeing you? Because if not, their words just don't mean nothing. If I tell you that I'm really sorry for slapping you in the face like this, but then I do it again, I am not sorry. I did it again. I am not sorry. Your actions mean more than your words. If someone says that they're busy, they don't have the time to see you, but don't actively try to create the time to actually go and see you, their words don't mean nothing. It's just an excuse. They don't want to see you. You should see things as how they are, not how you wish them to be. You need to look at the chessboard and say, okay, how am I going to play my best just game, even if I lose in this game? Maybe the game is just to lose. Maybe it's just to say, okay, I have to cut my losses. You clearly are not as interested as I thought you would be. So I just cut my losses and I never talk to you again. We part ways. And sometimes that's the best option, instead of just spending 20 days and 500 nights thinking about this girl. That why is she not spending more time with you? Why is she not texting you as you wish she was? And that's essentially a very basic, autistically basic guide on how to not waste time on dating. I love you so much, guys. Thank you for staying until the end. And as always, stay patient because your prophecy is unfolding. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.